Most high school graduates are busy packing boxes for college, but Fort Wayne's Alison Mansfield isn't your typical graduate. Instead, she's spending her summer as she has for nearly half her life, packing care packages and holding garage sales for her organization, Operation U.S. Support Troops.
When I was a fifth grader at a Boyd Elementary School, we participated in this program called We the People Project Citizen. And one of the assignments for this unit was to write an essay about someone you thought exhibited civic virtue, which was putting the good of others before yourself. So, a lot of my friends wrote about like Oprah or Jerry Lewis or, celebrities who had, philanthropic efforts that they were working for. But through my church, I had actually heard about this soldier who was really injured while serving in Iraq a couple of weeks prior. So I actually ended up interviewing him over the telephone.
That brief conversation turned into a lifelong friendship when Alison and her family had the opportunity to meet Sergeant Slatzer at the Walter Reed Medical Center for Veterans Day that same year.
Meeting Sergeant Slatzer was just extraordinary. I've never met anyone like him. Basically, he lost half his skull and part of his hearing, and he had shrapnel in his neck. But despite all of these terrible injuries, he was literally sitting there with his skull caved in. He, had a really positive attitude, continually witnessed about God and was really faithful to his country. So, especially as a fifth grader, that really changed my life perspective, and that was really a good example for me. So I realized that because there are other soldiers like Sergeant Slatzer, I wanted to do something to thank them. So that's kind of how this whole thing got started.
When she returned home, Alison started her first support drive, collecting more than 500 Girl Scout cookies and letters of support to send overseas. But a chance encounter catapulted her efforts onto the national stage.
So around 2007, I had kept up with the Girl Scout cookies and the letter collection drives, and I think I tacked on, collecting toiletries and soaps and things like that to send overseas. But I was at the post office making a shipment of those items, and I got talking with the lady at the register, and she had a family member or a friend who was serving overseas, and she was like, one of the things they really appreciate getting is wool socks. And I was like, really? In Afghanistan, they need wool socks? But in the cold mountainous regions of the country, that's something they actually do need a lot. So that was when I started collecting the warm wool socks to give to soldiers overseas. I asked somebody from our local newspaper, the Journal Gazette, to write, a quick article just stating what I was doing and suggesting people donate items from the community. And by some, weird stroke of luck, that was picked up by the Associated Press. And so then the next couple of weeks, I was getting calls from San Francisco and New York and people in, Texas who were wondering how they could donate socks. So that kind of was the catalyst for the project becoming a nationwide initiative, and it's continued to grow from there.
With the nationwide exposure, donations started pouring in. As of January 2013, Alison has collected and shipped over 12,000 pairs of socks to soldiers serving in Afghanistan and Iraq. Over the years, Alison has continued to find new ways to help. Recently, she collaborated with the Fort Wayne Museum of Art, as well as other local artists, to create over 1,000 coloring books for Afghan children.
In my correspondence with soldiers, one of the things I really learned was that oftentimes they ask for small toys or beanie babies that they can carry around in their backpacks to hand out to the Afghan children as gestures of goodwill. So I thought that was really neat because, everybody loves stuffed animals, and that was a good way to create those positive international relations. So I kind of liked that idea, and I wanted to build off of that. A project I started was a coloring book project for the Afghan children. So it was my favorite one because it works so closely with the children, and two, just because art's kind of a personal passion of mine. I guess I've just been really thankful to my community, and not only people in Fort Wayne, although they've been really, really helpful, but just people from all around the country have really stepped up to the plate and have contributed their time, monetary gifts, or just items that they'd like to donate, and that's the whole reason this project's been possible. So I've been really grateful for that, and it's been really cool to see all of those pieces come together. A lot of the stuff I'm sending overseas in these care packages, I really take for granted, like shampoo or soap or things like that. But I've gotten letters from soldiers saying hey, I've been washing my hair with a bar of soap for 3 weeks. Thank you so much for this hotel shampoo you sent over. And it really puts things in perspective and makes you realize how much they appreciate getting those things. I got a letter from a soldier around Christmas time once that said when you're all the way over here, sometimes it feels like the world has forgotten about you. So that's kind of the purpose of Operation U.S. Troop Support as a whole, just to let the soldiers know that we haven't forgotten about them and that we appreciate their sacrifices.
And if you'd like to help Alison continue her efforts, visit OperationTroopSupport.org.